Welcome to the Road to Glory, and if you're new to this channel, thanks very much for checking out this video. And for you new guys, the aim of this club was to build the sickest team possible without spending on FIFA points and without playing 40 games of FUT Champions every week. And if you do have a look at the team, you'll see that I think we've pretty much succeeded in our goal of building a great squad. This week I'm going to do a double upload of videos because I've got so much content to get through. I'm a bit behind with everything that's been happening with the team. The last episode was full of SBCs, so in this one I promised to have some gameplay from FUT Champions, so we'll do that for a bit while I talk on for a little while. The weekly objectives, as you saw at the start of the video, were getting a bit silly for me. I wasn't really interested, so I was glad I invested in the rest of the world team of the season cards. For one of the packs it involved scoring 5 goals with Portland players, and for the Valeri team of the season card the challenge was to score at least 2 in at least 10 games with MLS players, all in online seasons. Which is much harder when you're in Division 1 or Division 2 when these objectives come around, so I don't think I'll have time for these this week. It's not so bad when people help each other out, but when we had the Irish objectives around Paddy's Day, nobody helped me out with them, and Seasons was just not fun to play. It was too laggy and stuff, so I'm not going to be doing these weekly objectives on this occasion. As we watch some of the goals and as much gameplay from FUT Champions as I can fit into a 10 to 15 minute video, I'll talk a little about the team and what's been happening. I don't like uploading long videos, and I don't think they're very popular either, so I'll keep it as brief as I can. I mentioned in a previous video that we might start doing the Ruud Gullit SBC. Well, I did end up making a start on that. I managed to do most of the easier teams from players I had in the club, or only needing to buy 1 or 2 players for the such as for the Dutch League team. I would have shown me building the teams and opening the packs, but I got almost nothing in the packs at all. They might have been the odd 83 player that we could use for a team of the season SBC like the rest of the world one, but other than that I've had nothing so far. We'll have a couple of the SBCs at the end of the video though for some of the bigger teams. I'll probably need to do the Zanetti SBC for a cheap icon, as I think the Ruud Gullit requires, is it 2 or 3 icons for that one. I've got the 90 rated Ibra, of course, that we got from the FUT swaps, and I've still held on to 91 Perlo. That was a very cheap card to do, as well as a few untradeable items and the team of the seasons that we've been packing to put in some of the higher rated squads for that Gullit. I considered, with team of the season being out, putting Del Piero into the Gullit SBC, but I'm not really sure I want to. He'd bring the cost down massively, but in some games he's so good. Sometimes when I come up against somebody like Gullit, he'll obviously get bullied because he's a lot weaker, but in some games Del Piero is just absolutely incredible. So I think I'll probably still be holding on to him. The free Ashley Young has done a decent job for us. I've been subbing him in at CDM or right mid for Salah when he's been tired or I've been wanting to go a bit more defensive. Walker is a very good super sub too, and I've played him on 4 chemistry as a CDM in online seasons. Martinez did okay, who's the player we got from the rest of the world pack, the Argentinian striker. The star of the show, of course, is Heung-min Son. Being able to try Firmino would have been nice, as he looks sick too, but that Son card is worthy of your coins. For the first 15 games of FUT Champions he was absolutely incredible. His team of the season card, I've never had a player so clinical and been able to score from so many different areas. I've got absolutely no regrets in spending the 830,000 coins on day 1 of his release for him. If we got him in the Premier League SBC, that would have been absolutely ideal, but you can't have everything, so I'm very happy with him. I say the first 15 games because I went something like 10-5 Then, when I only needed one win for auto qualification, I ended up losing about 9 or 10 in a row. I went on absolutely terrible streak. I kept coming up against teams with red 90 plus monthly rewards and full prime icons or 99 Ronaldos, 98 Messi squads. They were really good players as well. Combined with my team starting to feel terrible, where no matter how much power I put on passes and shots, they were P-rollers, and players wouldn't respond and kept auto-lunging and getting pulled out of position all by themselves. Whether it was the gameplay for me being sluggish or connecting to a different server, so it was a bit of button delay, or whether it was EA deciding to make it really hard for me to achieve the next rank, I don't know. But it took me about 10 games to get up to Silver 2, which was kind of rubbish. I mentioned I wasn't sure about Chiellini before, but he has been pretty good. A different player to Blanc, which was maybe what threw me at first. He's been decent though since I got used to him, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to sell him though in order to complete the Hullet SBC. I've been going through everything in my club, selling what I don't use, getting rid of consumables and stuff, and yeah, I think doing the math, Chiellini is going to have to go if we want to get Hullet. But Bonucci might stay because I can't believe how cheap he is. Bonucci's price has crashed wildly, even from when we got him just before the start of Team of the Season. I think he's like 300,000 coins or something now. It's ridiculous for a Team of the Year that's that good. So we might keep him and use him on 7 Chem, or I might sell him when some of the other League SBCs come out. We'll see. I can't decide right now though whether to buy FIFA next year. This is one of the topics I was going to talk about. Even though this channel has only just started for this edition of FIFA, it's been a lot of work without FIFA points to build up this team. I know we've got an absolutely incredible mega team, which is fantastic, but it's just been so much effort and so much time, particularly trading our way up to this. I really don't know if I want to do it all again next FIFA, particularly when the gameplay has often been this bad. I always feel like I've had enough after Weekend League. So many things in the gameplay annoy me that an EA don't seem to want to fix them. So part of me just feels like not giving them another year's worth of my money. When you concede due to like auto lunges and you've been positioning your players perfectly correctly, and the opponent flipping the Tweedy dances and time waste for the rest of the game, or the game is full of lag and button delay, or your players have decided to run on the spot and not move, it's just terribly disheartening, particularly when they're trying to force you to play so many games in a short space of time. Even having to turn off messaging on the PS4 is sad, because everyone's so salty and sends you terrible messages when they lose or when they win. And with the ultra defensive counter-attacking style, so many games just end up not being fun. But then after a few days I'll want to play again, because I just love football and can't get a game on PES, so I don't know. In FUT Champions I stopped at Silver 1 again this week. Silver 1 this week. I played on to Silver 1 for the, I think you get the Players Pack or the Jumbo Players Pack, just in case you get anything good in Team of the Season, anything Team of the Season related in the pack. After these clips we'll head into the Squad Builder Challenges, and I'll show the prices I sold some of the La Liga players for. Some of the sales might be a little bit out of order, as I'll do the SBC first, but Aspas for instance was instantly selling for 10,000 coins, which was really great when we bought him for something like 4k. It was quite satisfying in the previous game to come back from 3 goals down to make it 5-all, especially against that type of player, with a lovely roulette there from Harry Kane and a lovely volleyed finish from Son to bring us to the end of the gameplay highlights. So a bit of a surprise with the La Liga SBC being 84 rated rather than 83 like the Premier League. I'd imagine the Premier League would have been more popular with more high value players. Obviously Ronaldo and Messi are the most expensive, but a lot of La Liga is pretty cheap, so I'm not sure it would have been an 84. I'd have made it an 84. Especially as I end up getting Hernandez in the pack. According to FUTBin, it cost 120,000 coins to do the SBC. Now obviously there's luck involved, but Hernandez at the time of packing was 80,000 coins, and he's probably a lot lower since the second SBC on Tuesday. So he'll probably go into the Hullet SBC to get the ratings up. And on Tuesday, in the second La Liga SBC pack, we managed to get a Portuguese flag, but it is Guedes. No Ronaldo in this one. His stats are pretty good looking, but I don't think I'll end up using him either. So another card for future SBCs, especially with that 3-star. If we jump back a day to Monday, we get squad battles rewards, and in the premium gold players pack, I managed to pack an inform, the Feyenoord right wing, who's 84 rated, so could be decent for rest of the world SBC on Wednesday. And if I also, after I check his price, I find out he's not really worth very much at the minute, pretty much discard. When I scroll down to the other end of the pack, there's another cheeky inform hiding down the bottom. So we actually get 2 informs in our players pack from squad battles for that week, which is pretty decent, to be honest. I also ended up selling the rest of the world team of the season cards that I bought on Wednesday for around 50 to 60,000 coins. I ended up selling them during the second part of the La Liga SBC the following week for over 80,000 coins, so that was some very nice profit there. I also, as you just saw, ended up having to sell Moses Simon, as he was required for the marquee matchups on Tuesday, and I didn't think I would ever get 4,000 coins for him again, but he was by far the best silver in the game. Had a lot of fun with him, absolutely incredible. And as you see, some of my coins that I made from selling rest of the world team of the season players, I ended up buying an icon for the Hullet SBC. I bought Hernandez and converted into a midfielder who was the cheapest at the time, and in our 100k pack we get a couple of 83s, 184 in Asenjo, and a hero card for Rolando. He's not worth anything apart from his discard price, which is about 15,000 coins, so a pretty disappointing 100k pack, to be honest. But if Rolando wasn't in there, I'd have been very disappointed indeed, considering we put in a 240,000 coin player. And I also did the 89 squad, as you saw, with a lot of my high rated untradables, and I bought Crespo off the market, and because that one also required an icon, and in that one 100k pack again we get 2 84s, 2 83s, and hopefully there's something, an 82 down the bottom to go along with a lot of 70s. And if anything ever convinces you not to spend real money buying packs, it's the results of these 100k packs. You never, well, I say never, hardly ever get your value of coins back out of it. But I sold a few players, as you saw. I had to buy Crespo, so I ended up selling Milinkovic Savic, and I'll continue to do the Hullet SBC next week, hopefully getting ever closer to completing it. And next week it'll be Bundesliga SBCs, or Bundesliga Team of the Season. As I say, I'll upload another video this week, maybe with some weekly objectives and Bundesliga stuff in. But that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.